Hi, I'm the Reverend Russell, and this is the Hardest Question video blog. My cohort today, Tony Jones, is not here. He's off in Sri Lanka on an interesting project with some other bloggers. You can see what he's up to at tonyjones.net and find his blog that way. But today is Ordinary 22 Year B, and we are looking at the Gospel of Mark. After being in John and eating the flesh and blood for a month, we're back to Mark here. Mark chapter 7, and then the lectionaries, they chop it up a little bit, I think, here, just to make it shorter. But again, as we said, I don't know why they would. So many other times they leave things long. But so this is crazy Mark 7, 1 through 8, comma, 14 through 15, comma, 21 through 23. Or you can just read Mark 7, 1 through 23. It won't take you that much more time. Well, I wrote this post today, and so I'll talk a little bit about how I came to my hardest question. My hardest question being, how many of us will preach today's text, assuming that we and our congregation are the rebellious disciples who make the fundamentalist Pharisees angry because we don't wash our hands, and how bad those fundamentalist Pharisees are, and how fun and crazy these disciples are. I don't know. But so I was looking at this, and when I read a text, I'm looking for that thing that trips me up, the thing that kind of interests me, and then kind of like a little side thing that I can't figure out, or just a mention of something that seems like too much detail. I found that here when they talked about, in the opening, when he's there saying that they noticed that they weren't washing the hands, and wondered why the disciples weren't washing their hands. And then sort of almost by way of parenthetical explanation, Mark goes on to say that the Pharisees will not even eat food from the market without washing it first. And I thought, wow, kind of reminded me of like the farmer's market and me going to the farmer's market and getting vegetables, and I certainly would not eat them without washing them. And I just started thinking about being able to eat organic vegetables and spend $2-4 more a pound for grass-fed ground beef or hormone-free organic milk. That is the result of my privilege, that I have that money, that I live in a first world country, and so I don't have to expose myself to that which is unclean or that which will defile me. And the Pharisees are in the same privileged position. It's because of their privilege and their understanding of the law and just who they are in that culture that they really don't have to expose themselves to the things that will defile them. But the people who do not have a choice are the people who, without privilege, the people without power, the people who are exposed to real diseases in different countries. It's the poor who don't have the choice. I think this is what Jesus was trying to get at in this thing, in this his response today. He was saying, it's not the things that you're exposed to that defile you, which is what the Pharisees were saying, because for many people, they have no choice but to be exposed to things that will defile them, because they don't have the privilege to insulate themselves from it. So Jesus is saying you can no longer judge them based on that. It's what comes out of a person's heart. It's what is inside your actions, your love, and how you love other people. That's what is meant, I think. I think that's kind of what Jesus is getting at. It's real class warfare stuff here this week. All right, let us know how you preach. Thanks.